welcome to the GEasy Class Pack Volume 1. My name is Gudrun from GE Designs, and I'm so excited to kick off this class series with this first video. Do you find yourself searching through your fabric stash for the perfect coordinates? Do you strive to be more confident in your color combinations? If you answered yes, or just love fabric, then a subscription to Goody's Color Club is for you. Goody's Bundle Club is a quarterly subscription program with carefully curated fabric bundles by me sent right to your doorstep. I handpick every fabric in each delivery with 12 half-yard pieces, which will only be available to Goody's Bundle Club members. In addition to an exclusive Stash Builder bundle, each delivery includes a booklet of information on the fabrics I have chosen, the fabric designer, additional fabric suggestions to use with the bundle, and quilt patterns that would be a perfect pairing with the fabric. Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to my live quilting chat, Tipsy Tuesday. Hi everybody, welcome to our show. Thanks for being here, and make sure you keep commenting whether you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook throughout the show, because we love to hear from you. And there is a giveaway question at the end, so you want to stick around all the way to the end and make sure you answer that question. But say hello to your friends, tell us where you're tuning in from, and then of course make sure that you are subscribed to our channel if you're watching on YouTube, and follow on our page on Facebook. Now we have a fun show for you today. I have a brand new tip of the day. I have some updates on our just finished quilt along, and then also an update on our class packs. Lots going on. So many things. Say hi to Mr. HP. He's of course here running the show. And you got a quilt to match you. First off, I want to take this opportunity to wish my son Amalie a happy birthday. Amalie has a big birthday today. He's 30 today. For some reason, that's a little bit weird for me to have a 30-year-old. Way harder than I don't really care how old I am, but that's kind of a weird feeling. But happy birthday. He is such a great human. You had him when you was 10 or something? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just about. If you would see photos of me holding him as a newborn, you probably would think I was 10. Anyways, he's an awesome person, incredible human, a phenomenal father to Johan, and another one coming real soon, about to be a father of 2. Any day now, any day. So we are excited for that. We, of course, had a giveaway last show, so I asked you if you had any animal family members. And our winner from last week is Roland Sandy Bedard. Congratulations, Sandy. You have won a $25 gift card to GEquiltdesigns.com. So just send us an email to help@GEquiltdesigns.com and claim your prize. We will get you that gift card right away. Now on the set today we have, of course, some supersized Amalie. I apologize. I hung him a little crooked. But that's okay. We love just looking at him. So
you're not supposed to say it. They don't know.
Well, it's hard as a quilter. Things need to be straight. But the one here over my left shoulder is the one that I made with you on Saturday from the root bundle. And you may have noticed that we sold out of root that day. We did. Just the shipment that just got in, but we are getting more. So make sure you go and fill in your email on that product page, and you'll get notified when it comes back in stock. I'm gonna keep ordering it as long as they have it. I love this line, and it's so unique. It's so perfect for this quilt. Then on the other one is our Wild Meadow version, the one I made before the quilt along. So there are so many amazing quilts coming. I will be sharing a lot, so just stay tuned. Let's start with some updates. First up, our bundle club, Goody's Bundle Club, our quarterly subscription. We had added some spots right after we released, or we sent out the January shipment of Blissful, and so those spots sold out really fast. So we were able to gather a few more spots. So we just released them today. There's just a few more spots open available if you want to secure your spot as a subscription. Check it out pretty fast, because those things, they flew out really fast. Also, we always keep some in case of emergency. We keep some extra bundles. So from our first bundle club, which was October, our Listen to Your Heart by Art Gallery, we have just a handful of bundles we just listed on the website. So if you were eyeing those fabrics and weren't subscribed, there's a small chance you can get them if they're not gone. They were just a handful. But I just wanted to let you know, because I know we've gotten some questions on that. All right, so let's talk about our class packs. They have been going phenomenally. And going fast. This is my new kind of teaching model, class model, where we release a class portion every week. So we have been releasing Katrina, which was a part of the first Volume 1 class pack along with Zoe. So everybody got their last instruction on Katrina last week. And so coming up tomorrow, releases are on Wednesdays. Coming up tomorrow is a big day.
Big day.
That's our live Zoom day. So if you're a part of the class packs, if you purchase class packs, make sure you check your email that I sent out last week with all of the Zoom links. I will be placing a PDF in your account as well tonight, just in case. So you can always go to your account tonight and see that sheet, new PDF with the Zoom links there. Okay. So that is tomorrow. We have 5 time slots. It's going to be a long day for us. It's going to be a long day for us. We have 5 time slots starting early in the morning, finishing late at night, because I want to be able to offer a spot that fits most of your schedules and time zones. So we have folks from all over the world joining in, just like we did for the Quilt Along. So we're excited to hear from you in person, how this format is working for you. Although we've seen all your posts and comments, it's been really great. So, but this Zoom day, there's not going to be an agenda. If you feel like you don't have questions, you of course don't have to log on. There's nothing I'm going to be teaching on top of anything. It's just clearing up things. You get a chance to ask us questions or ask me questions. Maybe there's some issue that you have that you can actually show me, but no, not necessary to log on. So we will see. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I'm excited to see people. I mean, I'm sure, but like I said, it's not going to be any topic or anything, so you can join another time and meet people, of course. There's not going to be much chat time, though. Just telling you that. But hopefully somebody logs on at all the time slots, so we won't be just us.
Be the one same person for all of them.
Maybe.
Come on.
So, any questions on that? If you're part of the class packs, we would also love to hear how you're loving this format, because we are, of course, looking ahead and seeing what we could offer another volume 2, when and what. So we always love to hear suggestions, although you never know if it's going to affect my decision or not. But do you see any questions on that? Can we move on? Throw them out there. Well, of course, like we do know, every Tipsy Tuesday, it is tip of the day time. Tip of the day. So let's roll tip of the day. Today's tip, I want to introduce you to a character called Bob. So in cases where you are sewing something that has a bias edge, for example, this was a square with straight edges that was cut diagonally, so we know that this edge, the long edge of the triangle, is on the bias. But if we're sewing that to something that is straight of grain, the rule is when you feed it through your machine, to avoid this bias edge stretching, you want to make sure that the straighter grain strip or straighter grain unit you're sewing to it is on the top, which means where Bob comes in, bias on the bottom. So any chance you get where you can have the bias on the bottom feeding through the machine, that is really going to benefit how the piece turns out, because the feed dogs keep the bias edge stable, especially with that straight edge on top. If you pin it, it's going to really keep it nice and straight. But Bob has two rules, actually. Here's the second one. And that is whenever you are sewing something to another piece, and usually this happens if we're doing sashings and you have something that's really pieced, or little borders and things like that. And let's say I was going to add sashing to this block, and I know my sashing unit is the exact right size, but maybe my seams were a little short on the pieced unit, so when I lay the sashing strip on, it is just a tiny bit larger. So you can, just to make sure that maybe it was just one block that turned up a little smaller, maybe it was more, But if you want to make sure that you have the right length, you want to have this unit kind of fit. So what I do is I pin it even on the bottom, I pin it even on the top. And if it's a little loose, you can see it's a little loose. We obviously don't want to do this if it's more than 1/8 of an inch. If it's close to 1/4 of an inch, is not really going to work, especially on a short piece like this. Of course, if we're talking about 1/4 of an inch over maybe a whole border, that's another deal. But I usually just pin it. I will find the middle and pin it like this. And here's where bob comes in. Whenever we are sewing something that's just a tad bit bigger, the rule is bob again, but bigger on the bottom. So we want to keep that down and sew it this way through your machine so that the longer piece kind of works in by the feed dogs. And once it's all sewn and pressed, nobody's going to know the difference. So another way to use bob. Bob was our best friend this weekend, of course, during the Amalie Supersized Quilt Along. That was one of the big tips. We used this throughout pretty much for the first steps, for first couple of steps. And it really does make a difference, especially when you have long pieces like that. And so a lot of you learned about bob this weekend and spent the weekend or Saturday with bob. But now you have another way to use it too if you ever are in that situation. So any questions on bob? Let them fly, but let's talk about our quilt along. This was a really amazing day. This was our 7th full day quilt along. We've of course done many more where we do it during a Tipsy Tuesday weekly, but the full day where we actually together are sewing the same quilt, and I give you instruction throughout the day, kind of like a class, and the feeling that you get just by thinking about the fact that you have thousands of people working on the same quilt at the same time in their respective sewing rooms or friends' houses or wherever. It's such an amazing feeling. You really don't understand that until you do it, because when we come to our live parts and I can share photos of all of you and your smiling faces and your progress, and you probably, if you weren't doing the sew along and happened to pop into Gudrun's Quilt Crew on Facebook, it was nonstop progress blocks, progress pictures, smiley faces, and I just really love that. I love this community part because it doesn't really matter where we are. It really feels like we are kind of joined in this effort of making the same quilt, like we were quilting it together. So I really loved all the photos from your homes with your friends, of your smiley faces, of your pets, so of the community. So I decided that I needed to have a special slideshow with just those photos. And we had participants, very young and old and everything in between, total beginners. So this was phenomenal. So let's check out some of your community photos. Thank you also for all of those beautiful pictures. And for the next one, I'm going to demand some more of those. I want photos of you working. I want selfies. I want your friends sewing. I want your family, your babies, kids, grandkids, spouses, partners. I want it all. And of course, all the pets. I didn't put a Kobe picture in there. But did you notice the photo of Johan holding up the little crib size quilt top that he pieced with his other grandma, with Gaga? It was awesome. He was so proud, even though he didn't do much, but he was so proud of it. Making a quilt for his new brother coming soon. So beautiful. That really melted my heart when I saw that photo come through. So those of you that asked, I see some questions that missed the day and asked if the pattern is still available. Yes, it is, and you will get all the videos. So the Amalie Supersized is a package of the pattern and, of course, all the videos. So you can purchase that now, no problem. We will be adding a little bonus video with taking all of the tips that I gave extra during the live sessions and adding that on. We just haven't gotten to it yet. It's been busy. It's been a busy week, and we're really good about resting up Sunday, weren't we? We didn't do much. Didn't do much at all. I think I slept 10 hours or 11 hours. I never sleep this long. I haven't slept this long for months. So my brain was tired. My brain was definitely tired. So with that being said, of course, we have to show you some of the quilts that got started. So we have a massive slideshow of all the quilts, and just keep them coming because we'll do another slideshow later. They are as many as they are different. And somebody asked, how do you know how many were there or participated? I don't. I just know there were thousands, thousands, not just 1,000, over that got the pattern. And I don't know how many did the live, but one of our live sessions had at least 1,500 people watching live. So we don't really know how many were actually sewing with us. So we're just going to say it was thousands of people, which I think could be pretty accurate. Could be pretty accurate. All right, so let's take a look at some of these photos. Mr. HV's put together a great slideshow for all of those amazing quilts. So check them out. So again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. This was amazing experience. Once again, something that we will keep doing, those one-day quilt-alongs. Maybe not for a while, but we will definitely keep doing these. Now, somebody asked how many countries were represented on that day. So I have that number, actually 20 countries, 20 different countries. Australia, we had folks from 6 different territories and states there. Canada, 9 states and territories represented. We had Armed Forces Europe, so I'm not quite sure where you are in Europe. Denmark, France, Germany, Iceland, Israel, Italy, Malaysia, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Slovakia, South Africa, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, the UK, both England and Scotland, and then, of course, the USA, all 50 states. Yay! On top of that, we got some comments from people watching from Bermuda and Costa Rica and people on vacation. So maybe we can count that. I don't know. So that was awesome. So again, thank you so much for that experience. And keep the quilts coming. Keep the quilts coming. If you would like to share your finished quilt, so we will do another Amalie Supersized slideshow once we have more finished quilts. We always wait about a month. So if you don't have, or you're not on Facebook, if you are on Facebook, make sure you are a part of our Gudrun's Quilt Crew, our group on Facebook, and that's where you can post your quilt photo. But if you are not, you can always send them to our helpline email. We collect them, and we will include it in the final slideshow in about a month or so. All right, so any more questions on the Supersized Amalie Quilt Along? I know we got a lot of questions about our breakfast sandwich. Again, it's a classic. We have to have it every quilt along morning. Our stack and wax sandwich. But see, Cindy's just asked, what's the ingredients? I have a dual feed machine. Doesn't matter if bias is on the top or bottom. Even if you have dual feed, it actually helps to have that stable part on top. Of course, dual feed is going to be better than a regular foot, but it still does help. I've tried that myself. I have personal experience with that. All right, so I wanted to talk about something that we are... Oh, yeah, let's put up the stack and wax sandwich since they were asking. Stack and wax sandwich. So this is the full vegan version. You can, of course, add just regular eggs and regular cheese, but pretty much it is a toasted thin bun with cheese and deli slices. You can, of course, use real meat. I warm it up a little bit, the cheese and the meat, and then pop the egg on top with tomato and some spinach and some avocado. But key thing is putting a little pepper jelly on the toasted bun, and then a little bit of kind of buffalo ranch or sriracha mayo. It's really good too. I know. I look at it and I taste it. Oh, that might have to be dinner. Oh, that might have to be dinner. All right, so I have a very exciting announcement too. Another teaching opportunity. And this one, I know many of you have been waiting for a long time for, and that is an in-person cruise, a real quilting cruise. Yes, we haven't done one since pre-COVID, but there is now one on the calendar, and you can sign up now. First day is today. So we are going to a 9-day quilting cruise on a celebrity cruise ship. Destinations are Grand Cayman, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. Sailing out of Fort Lauderdale. And it's going to be retreat at sea with Gudrun and Mr. HP. So I will be teaching 4 days. So when we are out at sea, when it's sailing days, that's when we teach. When we're in port, we don't teach, so we enjoy ourselves. And so, of course, maybe Mr. HP will add a little stretch session into our days when we are sewing.
Why not? Why not?
I know, it's amazing. So
take over the whole deck.
The dates are, this is 2024, so a year from now, sailing January 27th through February 5th, I believe. And so you can get all of the information. You go on our website. There is a Travel with Gudrun button on our website. And there's a link to Quilting Cruise, which is our partner with this. So you don't sign up with us, you sign up with them. However, I can tell you what I'll be teaching. And I will be making the kits as well. So yay, bundles. So 2 quilts we will be tackling from my newest book, Stripology Mixology 3. And we will be working from a bundle. So we'll be making 2 quilts from the same bundle. We're, of course, adding some accent fabrics and background fabrics. The first one will be Inga. I always have to choose great patterns that work well to teach in a smaller classroom on a cruise. So Inga is perfect for that. So we'll be making a lap size Inga and then a twin size Tara. So it's just perfect because from the rest of the bundle, you cut your 5-inch squares and we can make Tara. Now, there will be different options for the kits. So if you sign up sometime later this summer, closer to fall, we will send you the options to pick your kit and get all set for the cruise. Yeah, it's a whole year. We have to wait a whole year, but we're excited to kind of get out in the world again. Yeah, get out. You don't need to bring your machine. Somebody's asking. There's Janome sewing machines provided, and yeah, so you don't have to think about anything. I can provide the rulers for you as well. So there's all kinds of options. But do you visit quilt shops? I'm not sure if there are any on our stops. That's not my specialty, but we do some fun stuff on the stops. We find some cool things to do, and on the ship too when we're not quilting. I do believe you bring mats, so yes, you do bring a cutting mat. The kit is included in the whole cruise package, so I think there's not an option to not take the kits, but that will be a question for Quilting Cruise. So check it out. All the information is on our website. Any more questions on this? I just answered that. How many spots for the cruise? I believe, I don't really want to say if I say something wrong. I don't think it's over 40. I think 40 might be the max, but I'm not 100% sure. How much? Oh, no. I don't. But I do know one thing that I'm excited about, that Celebrity Cruises has like a one price package, and so it includes all your tips on board and includes like a basic drink package too, which those fees can add up, as you know. So that's exciting. That's interesting. Any trips to Iceland planned? No, not this year. Not this year. So just stay tuned for anything that comes up for future. Nothing for 23. We are taking a okay. Do you give the ship some of your cocktail recipes? No, not ahead of time, but we, of course, go to a bar and ask them to make something from a recipe. Oh, does anybody want to share a room with me? I love it. They're on it. They're on it already. All right, so I have another special thing for you guys. Not a trip, but Valentine's Day is coming up, so it's time to get ready for Valentine's Day. Even though, like, some of you don't maybe celebrate it, it's always fun to just, during this time of year, to kind of lighten up your decor, do something fun for the day or before, whatever. So we whipped up this cute little fast table runner. It is called Confetti Betty, and this was a part of our Fast and Furious Club. And so it's really quick and easy, quilt as you go, like I said. So that means that you piece it through your backing and batting, and once you're done, you put the binding on and it's ready. So this is from our Fast and Furious Club, and so we're doing a special. It's half price, the pattern and video package. I take you through all the steps of making it start to finish, and so only $7.50 for the whole pattern and video. And then the bundles that we used for that one is called Be Mine. And then there's another bundle called Happy Hearts. It's very similar. So if you want to do something fun for Valentine's Day, it's not too late with this one. So check that out. It's really cute. Really, really cute. I think you can easily make this one longer too. Make the runner longer. It's very easy to do. So if you have a longer table or maybe an island, which I was thinking this would be really cute on my island, I just needed probably a little bit longer. So great idea. All right, I also have some new fabric. Yeah, check out that. The price is already lowered on the website, so it should be all set if you wanted to take advantage of that special. But I have two bundles, brand new. One of them is actually part of our retreat, one of our retreat options, and that just came in, and it's called Windsong Meadow. And we're going to start with that one today. So this one is a really cool design. It is a little bit groovy. You feel a little 70s vibe with it, but probably not the colors. I love the really almost mint green into more green, deeper greens, the teals, and then into the blue. So it's kind of a just one flow of colors. This is by Wilmington Prints. So we have some of the navy, and I love that there's a huge difference in the blues as well. So there is the navy, the darker navies. We have a small floral here where the flowers are a bit spaced out. And then a tad bit lighter blue with more of a print. Love the little daisies in this floral. And then you'll see the shade difference in the blues, going a bit lighter with the tulips. Love these branches too. So 6 blues, and then we head into our lighter colors. So we go into those greens. We have the tulips in the green. We have the little daisies. And then even lighter green with this directional, almost like tulips. Yeah, it is tulips, but almost like a stripe. And then we have this cool one. It functions kind of as a polka dot because of the dark teal dots in it, but I really like the texture. And then we have 2 lighter ones. We have the branches that have just the mint green in it. Let me move this over a little bit. And then finally that smaller floral version on the white background. So this is Windsong Meadow, and this is a 12-piece bundle, but of course, if you're participating in retreat and you pick this one, we make it a 15-piece, so I balance it even further. But I did a pretty consistent staying with the colors pull. We started with the blues. So the darkest ones would be the Spectrostatic and the navy. It's not real like dark, like the darkest navies that we're maybe used to. I love this color. So a little bit lighter would be the Jacks and the Monaco. And then the dry brush in the blue, kind of a medium blue. This is from our color club last month. And then the lightest blue would be the Chalk and Charcoal in the lake, which ties in some of these lighter hues as well. For the greens, because there is a lot of teal to it, we'll start with the Thatched in the Peacock. Going to Spotted in the Jade, so it has a bit of blue in it. Into the lighter one, the grunge. This one's just called blue, but it's very almost like a mint green. And then the lightest one would be the dash flow in the mist. And this kind of looks like aqua, and this might look mint green to you, but you can see as we put them together how perfect of a match this is. If you wanted to add some whites to match these, it's pretty white on white, so we have the white on white century and the loops that would work well with these and stand out from the rest of them. So this is Windsong Meadow. We do have some bundles available in stock. We've already set aside everything for retreat, but we had some more, so you will find this on the website right now. So I have a second bundle to show you, and that is a well-loved designer, Alison Glass, and that is her new sun prints. So I created a bundle for the sun prints. I really decided to choose just 2 prints because I love to use these really as basic, so as just a palette. So I chose 2 prints for the bundle. This one is that small floral, and I love this one. Always has just a little other color in it. Has just a little red in this one and the light blue. And then we have the other print is a more solid. It's like a aerial map. It's hard to see on the blue maybe, but it's like an aerial map. And so a great textured solid, but you can see how you kind of have the lighter version of that color and then a solid version of that color. So one has more texture and one has more solid, and then still being the exact same color. So these are the 2 fabrics that I repeated throughout. So the next one is this beautiful magenta pinks, has a little bit of blue in it, as you can see, but it's just fun when you step away from these. If you see it up close, you kind of see all the different colors in the fabric. But once you step away further, they kind of blend into a beautiful hue that has a little bit of lavender in it, purple. And so then here you have the aerial map, and that is outlined in blue. So you can see it a little bit better on this color than the blue, bright blue. Next one is pink. So this one has just a little bit of orange in it, so it will appear a little bit peachy because of that. So if you step away, this almost looks peach, but then the accompanying color is very magenta, hot pink almost. Beautiful shade here. Then we have a yellow, and the yellow has some pink in it, so I would call it more gold once you see it farther away, but I just love the movement and the hue difference. And then the bright yellow, you can see how much steeper that is, and really, really rich. I love this color with just almost like a light brown, the map features. Then we have kind of a lime green chartreuse. So you will see the greens, but it has aqua polka dots. And what they do, they make it a little bit bluer, a lot warmer. And so then the solid is more of an olive green. So love this one too. This is a great, great color. So 2 more. We have the teals. So this one has the olive in here, and I love how those kind of can tie everything together. And then the accompaniment, which is the map with a beautiful dark teal. So this is Sunprint 2023, my version of a bundle, putting it together. I would love to have this. And to answer your question, would you put all of these in a quilt? Yeah, absolutely. You know, somebody says, hello, rainbow quilt, anybody? But yeah, I definitely do. Even though I wouldn't necessarily be trying to create a rainbow, I love colorful quilts like that with a sharp background. So here's my poll. I decided to do kind of two hues of the same color, just like the bundle reflects. So we have a little bit lighter blue with a Bumbleberry's Bright Coastal, and then the Grunge Cobalt for a darker blue. So we'll put them here like this. For the purple lavenders, we have a Bumbleberries in the Celtic Lilac. These are new Bumbleberries colors. And then we have the Aurora Borealis in the purple, and I love it. It has the lighter pinkish lavender in here, and actually blue dots, just like this one. So it's perfect. Pinks, a lighter one would be the Chalk and Charcoal in the Camellia, and then a darker perfect magenta with the floral elements in the fuchsia. For the yellows and golds, we have Bumbleberry Sunshine Yellow, and then this one, Sketchbook in the Sunlight. I love that it has the darker golds, same features that are in this print with it. So, and a really cool modern print to blend in with these. For the green, we have Dimples in the Sprig, a lighter green, and then a bit darker, the Flow in the green. And then for the teals, we have a Color Wash, Textured Sea Glass. Love this new line. And then we have the Spectrostatic Turquoise. So beautiful color, beautiful brightness. If you wanted to throw in a background, I would put this on either a white background with a Starry Night White, or black, Bumbleberry's Basic Black, or the Spectrostatic Black. So as I answer your question, for a previous Sunprint line, we made an Alberta quilt. So I have a photo of it. It's one of my favorites. I really love the sharp contrast, how it turned out. So even though I didn't create a rainbow, I just mixed them all up. So this is something how that would look like. So whatever pattern you're thinking for this line, this is the kind of feel of the quilt, what it will feel like. All right, any questions on any of these? I know. Well, we have one. Somebody said this would look great in a Trinity quilt. Absolutely, because the cover quilt I made there was very colorful, very much the same feel. There's so many quilts that this would look great in, whether it has a background or not. I can probably name almost all the quilts in my book. So it's hard for me when you ask that question, because I will probably mention what just pops in my head right away, but there are probably 20 great answers and more good ones. All right, so let's move on to our giveaway question. So we had fun with this one because it depends. So we love to ask it. Speaking of the cruise, so what is your favorite mode of transportation? It could be short distance, local, or far. So what would be your favorite mode of transportation? Just locally around here? Would that be the Harley?
Definitely the Harley.
Definitely the Harley.
Definitely.
For me, it would either be walking, running, or my bicycle, my new bicycle. And then farther, I like to travel by plane. I don't mind ships or boats either, but
I don't like none of them.
You probably would opt to drive.
Rather drive.
You would opt to drive. I would fly any day. Get there faster. Get that travel part over with. So, love hearing your answers. Oh, car. Lots of car. Car. That's the only thing Johan wanted for his birthday.
Had a big Winnebago.
Oh,
big camper would be
Camper. That would be fun. I would take that because if I can sew or read or just not sit in a car. Although I do a lot of work when we're driving, which is good. A lot of writing. But all that Johan wanted was a room car, fly car. And that had to be translated. Room meaning room, and then fly car. It was really actually a Batman car that could fly. So he wanted room car, fly car. And he got it. He was the happiest kid alive. All right, so that is it for our show. Our next show will be this coming week, February 7th at 4 p.m. Central Time, Tipsy Tuesday. And then our next Happy Friday show will be on Friday, this coming Friday, February 3rd at 12 p.m. Central, as always. And please stop by and say hello to us if you are part of our class packs. Zoom day tomorrow. Check your inbox if you haven't received the Zoom times and the links. So thanks for watching us tonight. Have a great evening, everybody. We'll see you next time.